Yeah.
I
I
can,
don't know if Icy's ready.
okay, so we'll do this one here. Next one. What is the best way to market now in today's social place for social media? It's the best place to market for business, you would say.
I would say Instagram.
Could you
Instagram.
expound upon that? Like, what should they do to get like more followers, more engagement for business?
I feel like blogs is probably the best place to get in high engagement. I feel like a lot of us get our news from blogs. So like big pages like Wealth, um, academic, say cheese, depending on what you're looking for. Like, let's say if we're into fitness, then we get the biggest fitness blog. If we want to get seen on there, if we want to get seen for like flexing or they into Christ, right? They probably want to get on a God page, maybe. You know what I mean? So wherever you get your news from, because a lot of people just don't watch the news. We just go to blogs and get our news. So that's where they all have an advertising email. You hit them up on the email, and that's how you get placement.
Could you tell the audience what you told my network about running ads in different countries?
So basically, I run ads. I spend about 300,000 a month on ads for myself. But if I run ads in Colombia or Mexico or something like that, I will probably spend about 40,000 for the same reach of what I will spend $300,000 on in the USA.
W. Cheat code, guys, by the way.
Yeah, Instagram's pretty good, but for me, YouTube is like the billboard out there that you can really get out on. It's kind of like YouTube Live, especially, right? Gets better engagement sometimes because you get to connect with your audience. You get to talk to people like we are here today, live and in person, in a way, right? And so I kind of view YouTube as kind of like the new PBS, right? It's a public broadcasting service. It's also stuff where you can just get your ideas out there, right? So if you do it in an organized fashion, a smart fashion, a targeted fashion, where you're networking with people and you're meeting new people all the time, you're going into different networks, and you give value, of course, right? Like you can't just be out there talking smack and just expect people to listen. You have to give value in what you say, even if it's you have to have some entertaining way to talk about it, right? So. Might not be for everybody, right? I think social media is not necessarily for everybody, but it is, especially like I said, in the digital age, the best way to get your brand out there. So, yeah, YouTube Live for me.
Perfect.
So you have to have a personal brand. If you don't have a personal brand today, you're gonna be no one's gonna see you. Like TV is gone. YouTube. I built everything with YouTube, bro. Like when I was in Australia, I was living in a hostel. I was living in a mattress in the floor. I was documenting everything. Like something was telling me. I was like, I don't know. Something was telling me, bro, film everything. Everyone was like laughing at me. I did that for like 6 years. Made no money. After 6 years, I made $300. Like YouTube is the base that moves everything. If you see every big person in any industry, they have a big YouTube. If you only have an Instagram and no YouTube, they're fake, bro. Like they're fake.
Well said,
like,
bro.
No real
'em.
motherfucker has Instagram and no YouTube. I have two YouTubes, like 1.1 million subscribers with the two. I built everything with YouTube. Like if someone doesn't have it, it's fake. You gotta see the person. They gotta show everything, bro. Who they are, who's their family, where they live. Everyone knows where I live. I live in Hibiscus Island, one of the best islands in Miami. I just pulled out of my house. Two guys was outside my house for a photo. Everyone knows who I am, where I live, where I come from. Everything is documented. Look, Jados English in YouTube. Search Jados Hostel. 7 years ago, that's me in a hostel. Look now, coming back on a jet. Like you can see everything, bro. I know maybe you don't know what to say. Who gives a fuck? Just say something, bro. What do you think of this shit that just went down today? Just fucking go to your house. Yo, these fucking two motherfuckers went fucking nuts, bro. You gotta see that shit, Like, just say anything, bro. But just build it. Build who you are. Everyone that's in my school, they will be my friends. Sometimes people want to pay me. I'm like, nah. Say what? Like I don't want to be with you, bro. Like you're a freak. What the fuck? Like I don't want to hang out with you. I don't want your money. I don't want to help you. So you just build your shit on YouTube. Instagram is gonna follow up.
Well said.
Okay. So I was in prison. You say what you want about prison, but I saw Instagram for the first time and I was like, this is powerful. So with the burner cell phone in prison, I started posting black and white photos every day. I would have someone sit on the phone, charge it. When the cops would walk, I'd make sure I had my post written out, the hashtags I was going to use when we thought those did something. Then I would get my picture up, my post, everything. I would post every day on Instagram while in prison. From 2014, when we finally got smartphones at these joints I was at Delano, which was a California state prison. And then all the way to when I got out, I posted in black and white. When I got out, I put up a color picture. And I said, I'm out. Watch what I could do. So right when I got out, I started documenting what I do every day. How I just everything I do to stay proud of myself, because I wasn't a drug addict anymore. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't womanizing. I wasn't committing massive acts of violence like I did all the time. I mean, I was proud of myself because where I come from, that's pretty normal. So none of that was taking place anymore. So I was just documenting everything. By documenting how I lived every day, people were like, man, teach me how to do that. Because I always try to stay disciplined. I always try to stay consistent, but I fall off. So what that made me do is write a book. So I wrote a book. I've sold 4 million copies of my book, okay? I get royalties every day. I'm an international best-selling author. And then from there, I went on one YouTube interview. I went on this YouTube interview, and it went viral. It went super viral right away. And then people were like, make a YouTube channel. I had 100,000 subscribers on YouTube in 20 days. I only have like 510,000 now, but this is what I want to tell you guys. When I had 3 million views on each YouTube video, I made about 10,000 a month because I didn't know how to really do it. And then now I get about 10,000 views on each YouTube video, and I make $3 million a month because I know how to monetize what I've taught everybody, which is a system of elevation that has changed lives. And I mean, by the time you have the Instagram to close, you have the YouTube to grab all the people who are Googling how-to stuff because they're actually learners who sit down and want to learn. Then you have the book that people are posting and tagging you in. You have a way of closing a product or service very efficiently. So I think it's the 3. Write a book, Instagram to close, YouTube to get the better viewer and the person who purchases more efficiently and wants to learn. It's a better... And then I also have a podcast, too, that is my YouTube transfer to podcast. So YouTube and podcasts have a better viewer who wants to purchase. The book is someone who's really committed to who you are as an individual, and then use Instagram to close them.
Damn, that's really good. Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably be the last person to ask about this. So I can only tell you what I've seen. And it seems like they're both right. If everything kind of expands off of YouTube as far as marketing goes. But one thing I didn't hear mentioned too much is clips. Clips seem to be the way of the future. I mean, viral clips, people have very, very short attention spans. And it seems like if you have viral clips and you make viral clips, you'll grow like crazy. People will find you the easiest way through that. Most of these creators that I see are red pillars in this space. They're able to go viral and get their message out there due to clips, specifically focusing on kind of the high impact clips. So that's the only thing that I would add, but they're both right. I mean, YouTube's where it's at for growing any type of brand. I mean, every company uses it, every individual uses it. I'd say that that's where it's at.
That's a very good point. Clips and, for example, shorts and reels, that's how you grow rapidly. So good point, Andrew.
Yeah, I agree with everybody on so far. I think one thing added is being able to tell a story, and usually a quick way to do that is make sure there's a person attached to the product. If the person is the product, which in a lot of cases we are the product, authenticity is key in this fast-paced, small bit world we're in. If someone sees someone authentically believing and saying what they're saying, and they hold firm on it, it's very attractive. It's almost you almost can't say no to it. So authenticity is, I think, the key thing.
I agree with that a lot. I have to give him props on that because that's the truest thing right there. Right there, what he said.
See, we can all be friends here.
No, authenticity is the highest frequency. So, I mean, that go off of what he said, but what we said, too, that's massive.
Brotherhood, I like that.
I also
I give props when due. It's not tits.
I also agree, and also you got to understand that everyone is saying, well, why am I going to be a fitness coach or online coach? There's already like so many people killing it. Like, who's going to listen to me, right? Well, there's only one thing that is going to be different to every human being, and that's your story. And people are not telling the story. That's why I tell my story again and again and again and every day. And these motherfuckers say, oh, you said that yesterday. I'm saying, that's not for you. That's for the new one. You know, so you got to tell your story. Whatever is your story, everyone has a different story, and everyone's gonna feel identified with who you are. Obviously, here, like, check us out. Like, we're pretty different, you know, and we all up here. So I'm sure you guys gonna feel identified with someone more than another one. And at the end of the day, everyone's gonna go towards that person that feel more connected to. So you got to tell your story. That's very important.
Can I just add something to that? Repetition, you're saying? It's something that the creator doesn't really feel like doing, but it makes all the difference for the
That's
person,
because
right?
that's because you know, people that don't know shit, don't have money, and don't have a social, you know, presence. They criticize that. Oh, you already said that. I'm like, yeah. Like, you go to the gym every day and you do the same shit. Every day you do the same shit. I do the same thing every day. Every day. Same thing. And actually, when I was broke, I used to train twice a day, wake up at 4 a.m., work 3 jobs. And that's what got me out of the system, the matrix. I became a millionaire, and I stopped doing that. I started partying, started doing drugs, and that's why I fucked everything up. And then I did that back again with this motherfucker. I saw him, no drugs, nothing. I'm like, holy shit. Started doing it again, and like, bro, I bring from like normal, like, you know, I was making good. I had a Huracan, you know, I had a Lambo, but you know, that's it. But now it's just another level, bro. You know, like that. I have this in my wrist. Like, it's just like another level. Not only like monetary. It's like right now I connect with you guys in the sense of Jesus. I have it tied here, literally. Every day I want to be close to God and Jesus, and that gives me peace. But it's a repetition. You got to do that every day. You got to, you know, read every day, you know, reflect every day. It's a process. If you take out the process of your life, you don't have nothing, bro.
Miguel?
So I have to fully agree with what you guys are saying. But in terms of what I think is the most important thing, it's live streaming, but it's live streaming on YouTube in order to find your voice, because there's a lot of time you may not. You may like talk and everything like that, and you're stuttering or you're stumbling or you don't really got your thoughts put out. Because I've met tons of guys. I can only speak in the crypto space, but I've met tons of crypto guys who sound really smart in a recorded video. Then I talk to them in person and they're fucking retarded, right? But not even just that, just the repetition of actually just going live and actually talking to people and knowing what you're saying and people understanding who you are. But I want to give you guys a big tip. What you guys are doing right now is exactly what you guys should be doing here at the live events, because a lot of people ask me all the time, I want to break into an interview. How do I do it? I've been DMing people and no one's fucking answering you, right? And they look at your page and you're like, I don't, you don't got enough views. How you break through is in person. You come to these events and I meet you. You're like, hey, what's up, dude? I've DM'd you before. Have you really? Okay, well, what's going on? And then I give that person a chance. It's a human interaction. So literally going to live events, trying to find the group that you're a part of. Like, you want to break into the Red Pill, go to Red Pill events, and you might actually break through. Someone will give you a shot. Rolo will let you on the stream. But that's how you do it. It doesn't matter if you're from religion, Red Pill money, hustling, rap. It doesn't matter. Just go to the events, and you'll find a way through, because you're hustling towards it.